What is happening? In this special vinyl happy hour video, I've got some epic metal and a metal package to show off. And then I'm gonna end it, we got a couple other metal pieces actually, and then gonna end it with something a little sweet and a little jazzy. Even got some metal whiskey, thanks to my good friend Jared. So what's up guys, I am Skyler Davis, owner of Culture Shock Clothing and Records right here in Rockford, Illinois. An avid music fan of all types of music. I've been digging records years before I even had my own record store. So it goes pretty deep into my blood. And if you're watching this video, you're probably a huge music geek as well, really into vinyl, hopefully too. If not, we have so much other details to show you about the music and stories behind the music, and even a couple things that aren't records tonight, which typically we're always about vinyl, but this one has a special package with it. So if you're watching this, I hope you've also subscribed to our channel and have watched some of our other Vinyl Happy Hour videos. We would love for you to give us a like, drop a comment about anything being talked about, or share with us what you're listening to or what you're drinking even. Like I said, we are going to be doing some kind of heavier stuff tonight because we're celebrating Rob Zombie's new album. So I'm a big fan of Rob Zombie. I love metal. He is over the top sensational, just a crazy wild dude. With his movies, with his bands, with even his packaging and stuff like that. And that's what we're going to show. It's not just about the music with him. It's about his other band members, his booklets, his artwork, and just the big show that comes with it and that comes across even on the vinyl. But gotta celebrate a little bit. New release. It's actually been quite a few years since he's had a new album out. And our good friend and employee, Jared, huge shout out to him. I got to get some metal whiskey. This is the Slipknot whiskey. I had never had this before. This was a Christmas gift from him. Old number 9, just number 9, sorry, Iowa whiskey, right here from the Midwest. So this is an Iowa branded whiskey, distilled there, bottled there. I think it's about a 90 proof, so it keeps it nice and smooth. It's got a great flavor. Wow, I really enjoy that. So just a light peppery too. That's a good one on the sweeter side too, which I enjoy. But like I said, I'm rocking all Rob Zombie tonight. And right now on our website at cultureshockshop.com, while they last, because this package deal is kind of limited, we have the new Rob Zombie album, the Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy. I haven't gotten that all together yet. So I'm gonna try it one more time. The Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy. Gatefold LP, super cool. As you can see, there's like red, black, and white splatter vinyl. It's semi-translucent, so it is a little see-through even. Killer album. Just some of the songs on here. The way he adds in all these crazy electro beats, and even a couple things where it kind of gets electro and spooky, kind of like a horror movie or like a movie preview. But it's heavy, and it's on Nuclear Blast Records now, which is kind of strange because that's usually more heavier metal, thrash metal, tech metal. But not only do you get the vinyl with this package deal and this 28-page booklet of all of his crazy, wacky art. A lot of it's very rat finky, kind of like very inspired by old school comic books and horror movies. It's a 28-page booklet, really nice quality booklet too. Fits inside this gatefold LP. But this is crazy. This is the long box CD. I don't know if anyone remembers this even. I barely do. I remember CDs coming in these tall long boxes. So the album comes in this long box, which was only available to independent record stores. And there's a sticker sheet in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. So you also get these exclusive stickers. Long boxes, if you don't know, retailers, whenever CDs first were a new thing, a lot of stores wouldn't sell them in these little jewel cases, which we usually know them as, because their stores were all retrofitted and had shelves and racks for records. So as you can see, these things would fit 2 per row inside the record shelves that record stores had, because CDs came and everybody was like, screw records, we're going CD. So this is kind of a cool throwback. But not only in this package deal do you get the record, the booklet, the CDs, stickers, the Lunar Injection cassette also, and it's on a black cassette with some little batty bats on the artwork. Some little slightly different artwork inside of that as well. But if you're not interested in that too, we do have the records available on their own, but the package deal is pretty cool. I had to throw that out there, the triple package deal. But this is a rockin' album for sure. It's a lot of fun too, really high energy, really cool, kind of got this kooky old school feel to it, mixed in with like some more modern heavy metal, but it still has that. I mean, people want to say like butt rock is back, like nothing but rock. It's like all throwback to this just gritty rock and roll. He's got lots of ooh yeahs and yeah yeahs in it and stuff like that. He's just always kind of just adding in those little yeah. So it's a lot of fun. But what's even funnier now is I see some of these newer bands, even A Day to Remember. Of course, Bringing Horizon, all these other bands, I swear to God, they're bringing back like Breaking Benjamin, Linkin Park, and even Rob Zombie and stuff. Like, I'm hearing these sounds of new metal, butt rock, whatever you want to call it. That's all getting injected into hardcore and rock and roll and even some rap now. It's kind of weird, the whole trap, rock rap, stuff like that. But A Day to Remember, a new album from these guys. These guys have definitely injected a lot more, even like some pop punk into their music. This is an indie store exclusive red vinyl of You're Welcome. Their brand new album comes out this weekend. This also has lots of these big ethereal chants, whatever you want to call them. In a way, I don't want to say this is a bad thing, but like an Imagine Dragons or something more poppy, having these like kind of singing vocals in a group together. But whenever they turn this up to 10, it blazes hard. They do have definitely some good hardcore on here still, and some good screaming also. So Day to Remember, they've kind of been up and down with some stuff too. You get a cool insert with the new album too. This is going to be available on black vinyl as well. I'm showing off the limited indie store exclusive because if you don't know, a lot of albums are coming out with special versions you can only get at independent record stores. Some of them have, like I said, like the CD in the long box with the stickers. Some of them have posters. Some of them are on colored vinyl. This one, I love the car. It says, "You're Welcome" on the license plate. But you get really nice packaging, nice inserts, nice lyrics, and a lot of extras with a lot of these records. So just want to show that one off. Another great new release. Also, the Rob Zombie, of course, and A Day to Remember are available on our website. There's a link right below here if you want to go right to our staff picks at cultureshockshop.com to pick these up. Kind of kicking back old school. This is not a new release. Well, it's a new version of a release from some classic era Black Sabbath via Ronnie James Dio, actually. So we've got Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. These are the first two albums that were, post Ozzy Osbourne. But these are kind of cool special editions. So you actually get little artwork, little gatefolds. It's a double LP though. So the second LP of each one has unreleased and live material from each album. So this is live 1980 Connecticut show. This one also has a double LP. So Black Sabbath has been doing recently like these box sets or extended editions of some of their albums, but this isn't a box set. They condensed this down to just a double LP for each album. But it's pretty cool, and it is remastered. That's the other cool thing I was going to mention. Very crunchy, very good. In a way, I feel like streaming this or listening to the original album, there's actually a little more heightened vocals, which Dio is epic for that, of course. But I notice now on the new remix, it does sound like the drums are up a little more in the front, and the guitars have a little more of this metallic crunch to them. So I like both versions, but obviously the remastered one, getting something that's brand new and sealed, never played, no grit, no dirt, is a choice thing. So I guess we can throw this kind of in the metal too. This is just another little, hey, the new Pucifer Existential Reckoning. We got a little limited run of those on cassette even. So I don't know what's going on with cassettes. Like I said, everything old is new again. There's kind of this throwback thing going on. But I just forgot. I set that there so I didn't forget to show that off. This is something about, I don't know what's been going on. I've never seen so many delays and things going out of print, or not even out of print, but shouldn't I say getting delayed. There's been so many things getting delayed and pushed back. This goes back to Black Friday last year. There's a limited smoke gray colored clear vinyl of this Tesla album, The Great Radio Conspiracy. And we actually had sold out of these, and we were able to get more. These are also for indie record stores only. These are not on our website. These ones are in store only. But I just wanted to show this off to remind you that I've noticed lately there's been tons of records going out of, I keep saying out of print, going into high demand mode where there's none available from the manufacturers or even in the stores, but people are flipping them online for insane amounts of money. I noticed that recently with Pantera, Deftones, Linkin Park, even Radiohead, a bunch of other bands, and then they come back in. They're available at your store again for a normal retail price. So be really careful about that. If you're buying records, I would say, hey, wait it out unless it's something you've gotta have, I guess. Just wait it out. It'll probably pop up again. This whole pandemic state we've been living in has definitely caused a lot of suppliers to have to change how they do things, and things are taking a lot longer, and they're scheduled to get repressed. It's just, I mean, that's why I've barely been able to keep up with these videos. We're so busy at the store. There's been a lot of new demand and new requests and new people getting into vinyl. Plus, a lot of people who are already into vinyl have more time, I think, to collect records and find the things they want. Maybe more people are working at home or have, you know, space in their home now to dedicate to having a record player and a stereo equipment and the records they want to have. But it's been strange. I've definitely seen a lot of things that just suddenly they get released and then they're instantly out for months at a time. Now we're looking at sometimes a year. So if you have patience, you should be able to find a lot of those records. Now, I don't want to be, you know, on the bad side whenever things do go out of print or they keep going up in price. So it's a balanced gamble, but for me, my best bet is to always buy it at retail, buy it from the store, get it at a normal price instead of on the secondhand market. I noticed this one was really weird. This is With, a live double LP set from one of mine and Lauren's favorite bands, Sylvan Esso. So this one actually kind of escaped me. This one actually did come out back closer to Christmas time. The band had released it as a like special thing on their website or whatever. But it's a double LP, and this is music from almost, you know, it's not quite, but they only had 3 albums out at the time, so you get majority of the music from their first 3 albums on here. But their live version, oh, I forget their names offhand, but anyway, it's just a duo, and I forgot the girl who does all the vocals now, but, and then her partner, her band partner, he does all the electronics and stuff. So it's kind of like a very stripped down sound, very electronic with some really cool vocals, indie rock band. Remind me, oh yeah, so thank you. Amelia and Nick, thank you. But on this special live series, usually when they play live, it's just the 2 of them, and they rock. I can tell you that's how I saw them live. Great sound, great electro indie vibe. But this session, they did like 7 shows on this small tour and brought along some friends and some other people, different bands and people they're friends with, to play with them. So you actually get a lot of extra instrumentation and kind of some different people sharing some vocals even. So this is a lot of fun. They did a duet with a couple people too. This one was really interesting and also very expensive, I guess. It was only through the band. So they released this as an indie store exclusive. Get it while you can, because I don't think they're selling to any other stores or on any other website. So this is also available while you can get it on our website too, at cultureshockshop.com or in store. But then I got really confused. There's been so much music coming out. Now they did this With Love, and this is a different live set, and they actually play with a larger band, but this is a 6-song set. It's just a single LP, and this is actually from their album Free Love. So they did With, which was their live set that came out before their new album did. And this is completely different music. This is from a different show and everything. And there's actually someone playing a horn on here and stuff like that. It's just really far out, really cool way to hear their music done differently. It also tripped me out at first because I started playing, I forgot, it plays at 45 speed. So I was like, is this Amelia? Because the vocals are really low and really dark. And I was like, this is so weird. So typical, you know, beginner mistake there. Anyway, so don't forget it plays at 45 speed. I don't think it says it's a 45 even, so that's why it confused me. But anyway, just great to see this live music getting released, especially during times when we can't really go and see a lot of live music. But I can tell you, you know, even the artwork was kind of similar, so I was confused until I listened to it or read up on what the track listing was, that this is totally different music from With. However, this With Love is already sold out. So we only have a couple left in the store. Get it while you can. This one we should be able to get. And I don't know what's going on. Maybe we'll get more. Like I said, if you're trying to get records and you're getting frustrated, just keep checking back on our website, because a lot of things have been going unavailable and then available again. The distributors are doing their damnedest to keep up with supply right now. This is the biggest vinyl explosion ever. People have been saying for years, oh, vinyl's making a comeback. Vinyl's making a comeback. I've heard that. How many articles have I read where vinyls are set to outsell CDs? I mean, God, I think they did that years ago, but
10 years at least.
Yeah, it's been forever, but that's a story that keeps coming up. But there's a lot of competition right now, I'm not gonna lie. And I see it just in our own little store even too, and with a lot of requests we get for things. But I think worldwide, there is a big demand for vinyl. There's a lot of new people getting into vinyl, and that's definitely throwing off a lot of manufacturers, pressing companies, and everything else. They're also doing, I'll have to say, great quality. You hear some complaints and things about, damaged vinyl and things like that, but I hardly ever deal with it. If anything, it happens in shipping a little sometimes, but I think everyone's doing a great job of pressing. Bands are doing a great job of getting things out, and stores are doing a great job of trying to keep things stocked and things like that too. So thank you for your patience while we try to constantly get things in. We've been getting the biggest orders ever. Every weekend, I swear. It's like record store day. We've been getting in so much new vinyl and restocks. And finally, we're picking up some more used collections of some great stuff. But speaking of quality, I want to talk just one little thing. I'm not going to get all super jazzy on you. Like I said, we're doing a little metal show here tonight. But that was my sweet album I want to talk about, the Sylvan Esso. That is just a sweet, sweet live recording. Definitely check out Sylvan Esso if you haven't already. Huge recommendation. But talking about quality, some of the best quality stuff I've ever seen, packaging-wise or sound-wise, are these Blue Note records. This classic, mostly 50s and 60s jazz era, from the Blue Note record label called this Tone Poet series. We've been really trying to rebuild our jazz section. Like I said, starting a year ago, our jazz section started getting hit really hard. I don't know what happened, just more people wanted to get into jazz. Like I said, there's a certain segment of bands and people getting back into that whole, the 90s and 2000s, like grunge and new metal sound and stuff like that. But then there's also this throwback to the original, some of the greatest jazz ever made. And this is some of the greatest pressings ever made. This Tone Poet series not only puts these in nice, super glossy jackets. This is my newest addition to my collection, actually, but we do have some more at the store. This is the Raja from Lee Morgan. There's a nice story. Every one of these Blue Note releases does have more info about the artist on each recording and about when it was recorded, which this one was in '66. But the late 50s up to these mid 60s is the sweetest spot of some of the best bop and even some free jazz and stuff like that you can get. But these are all analog pressings, completely from the original Blue Note vault. Has the original studio tapes all handwritten out by the producers and everything. And then the photography has some of the pictures from the session and some of the players inside this nice super thick gatefold. It doesn't do it justice on this video, I'm sure, but holding this in your hands, you're like, damn, this is a record that I feel like will last 100 years. And the records are completely, like I said, stereo. This one, I think almost all of them are stereo pressings, but nice thick vinyl on these static-free sleeves. This one, you got Lee Morgan, of course, playing trumpet, Hank Mobley, tenor sax, Cedar Walton, Paul Chambers on bass, and Billy Higgins on the drum set. Those guys, of course, have also worked with a lot of other big jazz guys, too. You always find a way to connect the dots from jazz to other jazz group or jazz trio, quartets, quintets. Lee Morgan is some of these few albums around this era are really easy to get into. I'm going to say they're, even if you're just more of on the casual jazz side, these are a lot of fun to listen to. Day, night, anytime, chill time, relax time, even a little party music. Whatever, I don't know if we're having a lot of parties right now, but anyway, it's good brunch music too. So I recommend you definitely check out some of the, especially the Blue Note reissues that are coming out right now, and these analog versions. The price is $35. I will say, seems a bit pricey, but it isn't when you hear the quality of the vinyl, the packaging. That's enough on that. We have a lot more jazz coming in that we're going to be talking about too. But yeah, just some great new releases. This is just a scratch in the surface. I could do a video on metal, a video on indie rock, a video on indie exclusives, a video on jazz. There's so much great stuff coming out. New releases and reissues right now. So it's a very exciting time. I'm sure you can hear my excitement as I'm like, oh my God, look at this record. So yeah, actually I'm very happy. Got my tube amp fixed up. There was just a problem with one of the channels was cutting out on me. It was driving me crazy. I figured out what was going on. So, so nice to hear this on my tube amp. Also, I was listening to it on my regular solid state stereo. Also sounded great. So yeah, I've just been enjoying listening to some records while getting some work done too and relaxing a little. And I hope you're doing the same. And we will see you. We're doing new videos every week for Vinyl Happy Hour. So please keep checking those out. Catch up on our old ones. Give this video a like and make sure you're subscribed to the Culture Shock channel. we will see you later. Cheers.